Jameson. Less than 2 weeks away from the Republican National Convention, and local hospitals are finishing up preparations. Due to road closures, it may take a little longer to get to some of our bigger hospitals like TGH and even All Children's Hospital. More on that in just a minute. But first, how the hospitals are training for the worst case scenario during RNC week. Tampa General Hospital will be the closest hospital to the Republican National Convention and the protesters that usually come with this type of political event. Earlier this year, staff held a drill to practice what would happen if a mob faced off against convention goers or police.
There was a disturbance in downtown involving about 300 people throwing all kinds of stuff at each other. The police came in with agents to disperse crowds.
The drill enlisted local students to play patience with the worst kinds of injuries.
I have burns in my chest and an evisceration in my abdomen.
Victims would arrive by buses, and the first step would be decontamination. Each person showered in cold water before seeing a nurse or doctor.
About 9 o'clock this morning, we received a message from the county EOC. We could expect 30 to 40 victims.
Across town at St. Joseph's Hospital, they've also been running drills. As the second trauma hospital in Tampa, they too would get patients in the event of a mass casualty.
Practice is critical. You're going to practice as you normally do day-to-day function, but the drills really iron out the little kinks we have that need to be worked out. We drilled what we're probably going to see at the RNC, the common stuff: heat illness, possible tear gas, exposures, feces, urine, things like that, biologic contaminations.
Both TGH and St. Joe's have experience with big crowds. Think Gasparilla and the Super Bowl. But this could be different. In 2008, at the RNC convention in Minneapolis, more than 1,000 people were treated for exposure to pepper spray and other injuries in the course of protests. You may be affected the most by either traffic or lack of access to these hospitals. On Tampa General Hospital's website, they have posted alternate routes to help patients get to the campus on Davis Islands. And Bayfront and All Children's Hospital will be affected Sunday, August 26th, when I-175 is shut down for about 12 hours. If you have an emergency during the RNC week, your best bet is to call 911 and wait for the paramedics. They will be allowed through road closures and will have access to all hospitals.